In this video, I'm going to be trying out Ryobi's cordless power carver, all coming up next. Well, good morning. Welcome back here to the shop. My name is Brett, and once again, I'm glad you have tuned in. I thought maybe this video I'd do something a little bit different for you all. One of the big questions I get asked an awful lot is regarding my power carver that I have here. And so I kind of thought maybe this video, I've got a head here that needs carved. I thought maybe we talk a little bit about this carver and go over it a little bit. But really, mainly this video, I want to try to put this little guy through the test. Now this is Ryobi's power carver. It's a cordless power carver. And if I had to guess, I think they put this out a few years ago. And I've been looking for something that when I do demonstrations, I go to schools and I'll go to different organizations and things and do a quick demonstration. Boy, it'd be really nice to have a cordless power carver that I can do that. And a lot of you also know that I do an artisan festival at the end of the summer called Shaker Woods. And again, this would be really, really handy for me to be able to grab and to carve in front of people. Now, some of you out there that are brand new to carving and on a budget, you may not want to put the money into something like this. This is put out by Automach, A-U-T-O-M-A-C-H, and this is the HCT30. Now, all of these tools that I use, along with some of my other power carving equipment, is always in the description. So you can go down and you can check in the description, and there are links there, and it'll take you over to this if you're interested in this. This guy here runs somewhere around $300, so it's a little bit on the expensive side, but I'll tell you, for those of you that are into carving, it's an invaluable tool, and I just love it. And I came across it. I've never used a power carver, and a friend of mine, John and Nick, a couple of retired guys, they come here periodically throughout the year, and they enjoy hanging out with me, and they carve, and they're pretty accomplished carvers. Anyways, John said to me one day, he says, "You do all of that by hand?" And I said, "Yeah." Now, I've been carving these for over 20 years, and pretty much I've done them all by hand. And I've always knew that there were power carvers out there, but I just couldn't afford one really at the time. And John says, "Hey," he says, "do you want to try one? I have an extra one." So he brought it over and I used it, and then he ended up gifting it to me. So this little power carver means an awful lot to me, not only because John gifted it to me, but also because it really is an invaluable tool, and it's really saved my shoulder and my arm and everything. So it's fantastic. But this little guy really has me kind of curious, and I thought, since I already have a head ready to go, let's go ahead and let's take some time today. Let's carve and work on this head, and let's do it using this Ryobi cordless power carver. I'm not expecting this thing to go through and do all of this. In fact, I ended up going into my local Home Depot and buying another one, so I have the extra battery here. But I'm not really expecting to be able to do all of this. But boy, I'd sure like to see how far I can get, number one, on a charge, and just see how far this guy kind of will last. So this is going to be quite a test for this thing. Full disclosure, Ryobi did not send these to me. I purchased both of these on my own, and the last time I looked, I think Home Depot has discontinued carrying them inside their stores, but online you can still purchase them, and of course probably some other outlets as well online. I didn't check Amazon, but you might be able to get it through Amazon as well. I believe they run somewhere around $62 to $65, and you get, of course, the battery, the charger, the carver, and you do get a couple of gouges and a straight chisel as well, so there's enough in here to get you going. This charges up by a USB-C cable. Didn't take long to charge it up. As far as replacing the battery, it's just real simple. You just twist that back cap, pull the battery out, pop another one in, and away you go. So I'm really, like I said, I'm real curious to see how far we can get on one battery and to just see how this does throughout the day. Now, one other thing I want to mention, now this video is not going to be any sort of an instructional video on how to carve these heads. The Rocking Horse Shop and I have an agreement, and I don't want to break that agreement as far as showing how to carve these heads. And I love dealing with those folks at the Rocking Horse Shop over in England. I don't want to break that trust, so I'm not going to do any sort of an instructional video. But we'll kind of go through. I may have to skip around a little bit and put it on time lapse and that kind of thing. But this video is mainly focusing on using this power carver. So let me get set up. I'll get my overhead camera going and let's get into this and see what we can do with this Ryobi power carver. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's give this little guy a shot here. Let's see, what time is it right now? It's about 10 o'clock, it looks like. So we'll just go with 10 o'clock and then, like I said, I'm gonna put this thing through its paces. I'm not gonna be gentle with it. I'm actually gonna really work it pretty hard here. And the main thing is right now, I just wanna see how long the battery's gonna last. And then I can change the battery out and we'll just keep going. But I really wanna put this through its paces here and we'll just see how durable it is. And initial thoughts, it's really light. I like the feel of it. It's real light compared to my electric one. And it feels like it has plenty of power. Now, of course, my blade is pretty sharp. I always keep these really sharp and I have my hone right behind me ready to go. So that also factors into a lot of this, is keeping your gouges, keeping everything nice and sharp. But hey, the initial, you know, I'm pretty impressed so far. Okay, there we go. To be quite honest with you, I really didn't think I'd get that much work out of one battery, one charge. It is almost 11 o'clock right now. So this has been going, I've been at this for about an hour on one battery and on that single charge. And I'll tell you, I'm actually really impressed with this little guy here. And I failed to mention too at the beginning, this is a large head, so there's a lot of material here that I'm taking off. So this is quite a bit of a carving to try this guy out, and I'm not being gentle with it at all either. I'm really kind of working it just like I would my electric one, because really ultimately I want to see what this can do, and I want to see if it can take a little bit of the punishment. Now this is basswood, so it is a softer wood. It's not of course oak or anything like a hardwood or cherry, but basswood of course is just perfect for carving. But I don't care. I mean, I'm really getting a lot of work out of it, and like I said, I'm pretty impressed. I'm happy with it. So let me go ahead and get another battery. I have one on charge. I'll put this one back on charge. And we'll just kind of see too, I'll keep an eye on and see how long it takes to charge the battery back up. And then we'll just keep working away. Well, I have continued carving on my head here for another couple of hours. I'm working out the nostrils and kind of messing around with the ears up here. And I've been using this little Ryobi power carver the entire time. I'm going to tell you all right now, I absolutely recommend this. If you are interested in an electric power carver, definitely give this one a try. I'm not going to give up, of course, on my electric one, but this is definitely one that I'm going to keep close by along with my hand tools. And I think you're going to see me using this quite a bit in my video and on my channel here in the future. This is definitely one that I'm really, really excited about. I really hope this video helped you all out. If it did, please give this a thumbs up. I know this is sort of a short one around here, but again, I just wanted to bring this little power carver to your attention out there. So as always, happy carving, and we'll see you here back at the shop next time.